everyone, welcome back to Shop and Cook with the Doc. Today we are going to do a butternut squash and red bean stew. A very good recipe for winter times. Full of colors, orange, red, with the red beans, the yellow squash, and so bell peppers, you can use different colors. I have just used a red bell pepper, and if you are you can sort of get the squash in the market and then cut it into 1/2 inch cubes, but I have got it butternut squash which are already cubed. They are from the Pero family farms, and I've got it cubed to 1/2 inch, and this is about 1.5 pounds. With 2 of these, it comes to about 1.5 pounds of butternut yellow squash. Okay, so let's go over the ingredients. First of all, you have 2 cups of onions which are chopped, and then you have about 1 cup of carrots chopped again, red bell pepper chopped, and then you have the garlic. Now, I know this is a little bit more garlic, but I love garlic. So this is about 9 cloves of garlic. But if you don't, then you can use less, 4 or 5 cloves, that's up to you. And we have a bay leaf over here, and we've got caraway seeds which are grounded. And the nice way to do it is in a coffee grinder, which I did this morning. So this is a ground caraway seeds. And going on further, we talked about the squash. We have about 1.5 cup of tomatoes. I use the canned ones. And then we have some, to spice it up, we have this crushed pepper. And here we have the smoked paprika, the red beans. Oh boy, the red beans. About 2 15-ounce cans should be okay. That will give you about 3 cups. This is what I use, the organic Bush's kidney beans, the red kidney beans. And finally, what we have is, we have oat flour. But you don't go out and buy oat flour. You can get the rolled oats and just put it into your coffee grinder, and it will give you a nice rolled oat flour. And finally, I didn't have that vinegar, the ones the recipe calls for, but I'm using the seasoned rice vinegar for them. So that is where we are. We use a little bit of sea salt and black pepper according to taste. So what do we do first? It's a very simple thing. All the first 6 ingredients, that means your chopped onions, your carrots, your bell pepper, your minced garlic, and your bay leaf, and your caraway seeds, crushed or grounded, that go in first. But be careful, all this goes in first, but then you got to see that you sauteed the onions along with the veggies. So use a little water, tablespoon or so, but I like to use the vegetable broth, low sodium organic broth. So just keep using a little bit so it doesn't stick to it. So let's go over there and put all the first 6 ingredients that we talked about: the carrots, the onions, the bell pepper, the bay leaf, the caraway seeds, grounded, and the garlic. So let's put all these ingredients together now. The first 6 ingredients: your onions, your carrots, these go in, your bell pepper, and your garlic. See that the onion does not stick. Put it on medium flame, and then finally we have our caraway seeds and the bay. So here it is, like so. But it is getting a little sticky, so I will use a little bit of the vegetable broth, and this is what I'm going to do. Put it a little bit so that the onions don't stick. That's it. That's it. No oil. There is no oil in this cooking. So here we are. Keep it on for about 5 minutes, watching very carefully that your onions don't stick. Great. Let that be on for about 10 minutes or so. And then we shall keep adding the water to prevent it sticking. Lower the flame if it sticks too much, and go on. That's doing good. If you want, you can add right now your salt, or you can wait later on and do it. But I would like to add a little sea salt, maybe a quarter of a teaspoonful, and that's great. Now, as you can see, your bay leaf is over here, and then your carrots, your onions, and all looks good. Keep a little bit of a higher flame now, so that it cooks. Always keep this broth or water next to you, so that if you feel it is sticking, then you can just pour it on. But it is now working its way. It's being cooked. Should take another 6-7 minutes, and then we are done. Once we are done, what we are going to take the next 5 ingredients till we come to the crushed pepper. So what are these? We are going to use the butternut squash, and then we are going to use the tomatoes, the smoked paprika, the crushed red pepper, and then we shall go till the crushed red pepper. We're going to put everything, not the beans so far. So let's keep this, the tomatoes, the crushed red pepper, and the smoked paprika. All this will go in next. All right. Let's see how this is going. Not sticking, that's good. Now, if you have a good non-sticking pan, I don't think the onions would really stick. Okay, and so we're going to put our next 5 ingredients are your butternut squash, that's good. That be off here. Let's mix it a little bit. and you can put your crushed tomatoes. Here goes your crushed tomatoes with the butternut squash. Stir it up. All right. And then we have the next thing you want to do is your smoked paprika and your, yes, we will now go in for, we have to put this and 2 cups of water. So there goes the paprika, there goes the crushed pepper, let it be in, and about 2 cups of water. So I don't want to measure it now, but I could. Yeah, I have a cup over here. So let's do 2 cups of broth again. Good. Okay, so here are your 2 cups of broth in there, and now let it cook. Just up the flame a little bit so that it can cook well. And then we have our final, this thing is to, this has to come to boiling. It has to come to boiling, and once it is boiling, then you let it simmer for about 15 minutes. So overall time will be about 25 to 30 minutes. So right now, let it go on. You can put on a high flame too, so that it starts boiling. There is enough tomato, the broth is doing good. And I put very little salt because there was salt, low salt broth. Okay, there it goes. It starts boiling now. It's looking good. Okay, now let it simmer for about 15 minutes. Once that is done, then we shall, in the meantime, what we shall do is, this is our oat flour that is made out of rolled oats. As I said before, in a coffee grinder. So what you do is put about 1/4 cup of water in this, which, or again, you can put the broth. It doesn't really make a difference. I think I've got a little broth left over here. That should be about 1/4. All right, so here we have, just mix this up. The oat flour, and we are going to stir it on so it becomes, the consistency is even throughout. So here it is your, this has to be put into that later on. Now, the beans, the vinegar, and this, the vinegar, the oats and the beans will go in last. So right now, let me tell you about what is for dessert. What we are going to do is we are going to make some blueberry muffins. Okay, I have this PlantStrong cornbread muffin mix. But you can use it as a plant-based whole grain and oil-free. But if you can buy it in the market somewhere, that's fine too. You can use any flour, but it should be whole grain, no oil. That is one thing. And then I have this Driscoll's blueberries that I will be using. The muffin tray is silicone. It's silicone so that it doesn't stick. Because normally when I use a usual tray, the muffins stick down and then you have to scrape it. So I use a silicone tray. Good. So this is all for the muffins. Okay, let's see how this is going on. This is going on good. I think I will taste. So I need a spoon again. Okay. This is something people don't do, and I don't understand why. You can always taste what you're cooking. Good, good. Oh, the garlic thing is very good. So here we are. I may put a little black pepper to make it a little more spicy, but other than that, you have the flavors, all the sweet, the paprika, the tomato. All right, since this is going on, why don't I start with the muffin, the cornbread muffin mix. Okay, so what we're going to do is I like to use this organic cinnamon applesauce, no added sugar in this. And then you have the cornbread muffin mix and the blueberries. So what we need is a bowl, and to be very honest, I think that when you mix this, you've got to use your hands. Wash your hands thoroughly, and then you can mix it with your hands, all the mixture, and then put it into this tray, silicone tray, and it'll turn out well. But now I think we are almost ready for this. Another 4 or 5 minutes and we are done over here. So let's go. Look how it is. Colorful, isn't it? All colors. Great. I think the squash will take a little time. I have to use a fork and see how well it is done. Just a few. I think what we need, lacking over here, is probably the smoked paprika. We need a little more of that. And I will just, that's it. Now it's up to you. If you don't like it too hot, you don't have to use this. But I think it is better on the sweeter side. So I would like to also use the red pepper that we put in, a little more of this. So I use it. I know exactly what I'm doing here. That will be good. So that's what I'm saying, taste it. After all, you're going to eat it. So if you're going to eat it, what you like, how you like it, that's important. All right, so here we are, almost done. Another 2 or 3 minutes. And then we shall put in the beans, and that should take another 5 minutes after that. So we have got this, we have whisked this oat, and then we're going to stir it in the stew and then stir in the beans and the vinegar. The vinegar is about, I believe, it is, let me see, about just a little bit of vinegar should be fine. Alright, so here we are, 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons of vinegar should be okay. So let's put this away for a bit. Hi Benji, how are you? That's my daughter's dog. Want to go and have that piece of carrot I dropped? Go there. Here. Here. Okay, and that's yeah, I think we are done. Let's put this in. Then comes in finally your black beans. About 3 cups. Now it should not take but about 5 minutes or so, and everything is ready then. The little vinegar we'll put at the end. This should last me for quite some time. You can freeze it. And you can take it out. Even you can have this for breakfast if it's a cold winter morning. Why not? Just love the aroma, just love the smells. Why do you need oil? You don't need oil. Everything looks good over here. All right. So another 4 minutes or so, and then we are done. You don't have to cook the red beans. Just warm it up because the beans are already cooked from the can. And then finally your rice vinegar. Gotta taste it. Gotta taste it. Bit hot, but very tasty. Be careful it doesn't stick down still. Keep stirring, and everything is going to be. Lower the flame for another 2 minutes or so, and then we are done with this. It's turned out well. It's turned out well. It's really turned out well, beyond my expectations. So this is something I'm going to keep it in the fridge or in the freezer also, if there is anything left. But this will be great. And I made it hot this time. Maybe you can add more. And you know what? You can have it with bread, whole grain breads, or with rice, with quinoa, brown rice. So that would be great, you know, but you already have a lot of protein in this with the beans. So I think brown rice would be perfect for this game. But I think we're going to have it with bread. And what we're going to do is, I have this bread that is, total fat is 0.5, no saturated fat. It's got about 2 grams of fiber. And you have to just put it in. I don't want this to stick. Okay, this is done. This is absolutely done. Good. Now, you can bake it. It's half baked. You don't need to wrap this in a silver foil or anything. You can just put it in the oven. I have this Ninja oven, which I sell. Well, no, let's put it over here. And we will bake it for, let's bake it for 12 minutes at about 400. So here it goes. So it should be ready in about 12 minutes. Okay, so now we're going to start with our blueberry muffins. We have the cornbread and muffin mix, which is cornbread and muffin mix that is from PlantStrong. But you can get this mix outside too if you want to. You don't have to, but I like this because there is absolutely no oil. It's whole grain and it's totally plant-based. So take the whole, what I do is take the, it's about, I believe, 14 ounce and pour it in a bowl. Now, I know some of you may feel, but I like to use my hands to mix this. I will wash my hands thoroughly and then mix it. But what I will mix it, they say you can mix it in water or in non-dairy or alternative milks. So I will be doing it in your oat milk. Okay, 1.5 cups of water or plant-based milk. So, 1.5 cups. Let me also wash my hands thoroughly. Wash my hands so that I am ready to mix it. I remember my surgery time, and not my surgery, when I used to work in the surgical ward. Oh, they made it how to wash your hands. Oh. All right. My hands are washed now. About, did they say 1.5 cup? I believe so. 1.5 cups of water or plant-based. So let's put, that's your 1 cup, and that's your half. So this is done, and I like to put a little bit of this applesauce, which we talked about. It's an organic cinnamon applesauce, and it's unsweetened. So let's put that in, but first mix this. And I would like to put this away and come back, roll up my sleeve, and mix this properly. There it goes. I've tried it with water, but with the plant-based milk, it tastes entirely different. So I like to use that. So it's already nice and mixed now. And what you need is you put the applesauce good. Here it is. You got to mix it thoroughly so that there is no dry mix left in it, especially at the bottom. So see that you mix the bottom part of it and that there is no dry stuck to the. So that is there. Now, what I would like to do is, these are blueberries, they're washed. So I'll put the blueberries in, more of those. So here are my blueberries. I like to put, they're a little bit big, large, but I believe it should not be too much of a problem. So here it is, the blueberries go in. Some more, why not? It's Christmas time. Okay, so the mixture is ready. This mixture has to go into the silicone tray. So this is a silicone tray I have over here, and I'm going to use this to put this into each slot. Here goes the first one. You know, if you were to use a spoon or something, it would be difficult. And in the meantime, I forgot this. Obviously, I should have started the oven. But never mind. Everything is going to be okay. Looks good. Missing a little blueberries, so I'm going to take in some, put it in the mixture. So healthy, so healthy. No butter, no cream, no artificial sweetener, nothing in this. Just the blueberries, and by the way, blueberries is my favorite berry. So I use it as much as I can. And so this is ready. Okay, just see that it's not too much overflowing, but just the right way. Here we have. Okay. Let me go and wash my hands and put the oven on. I think it is at about 400, I believe so. 20 to 25 minutes until golden brown. At 400, I said right, I was right. I'm going to pour this now. You know what, one thing about this bread, it's fermented. Okay, so this is first thing here, and we have your bread. We keep this away, and we wait for this to get into 400, and then we can put this in for 20 minutes. All right. No, I love this bread. So this is going to be our supper. This is your butternut squash red beans stew, and this is your nice crusty bread to go along with this. Like I said before, you can use brown rice, just plain rice, or quinoa and millet, whatever you have, but this is your stew. Again, the spices, I keep repeating, you do not need oil to for your spices. Your spices can be cooked without oil. You don't need oil to saute your onions. It can be cooked with a little bit of water. So please remember this, and bon appetit. Let me see now, this is already done. This will be about 20 minutes. 48. Okay, so we have, let's say, to 250 to 3 to 310. We'll get it out at 310. Okay. Okay. So here we are. Now my muffins, the 20 minutes are up. Is it up? 20 minutes, I believe so. And the muffins, I can smell them. That's great. And these muffins, I'm going to take it out of the oven. And let's see what they look like. So here I am. Look at that. Look at my muffins. Look at my muffins. Oh, they smell so good. Unbelievable. Oof. Can you see the blueberries? They burst out. And they have the syrupy little thing all around. Wow. This is great. Let me get a towel to get them out. As I said before, nice thing is they don't stick. Let me.
Muffin may still contain ingredients that are individually toxic to dogs, and you should always check with your veterinarian before feeding your pet any new foods.
They're a little soft, but they're good. They're good. Let's taste this first and see how they are. It's good. It's good. This is amazing. A little hot right now. Let it cool down and then have it. This is absolutely no added sugar, no creams, nothing in this. There's just a flour, blueberry, and applesauce, which is not sweetened. Bon appetit.